Hey Jesse, Todd Brown, that racing show. You had a good run all night, but why didn't you win the race?
It ain't got no gas in it.
Three, two, one.
What's up, everyone? Todd Brown, that racing show. Thanks for dropping by for this pit stop segment, post-Atlanta edition. Man, what did you think about that racing out there at Atlanta? All three NASCAR series putting on some great racing, side-by-side action, four wide in the Cup Series. I mean, this was great racing. This is the way super speedway racing is supposed to be. This is the way it was. And we're going to talk about all that here in just a moment. We'll talk about some of the heartbreak and, man, just all that great racing that took place, and also something that I think needs to be done. But anyways, I want to start out talking about one guy in particular, and this was a guy who had a great run in the Xfinity race, and following the race, didn't really get the commentary from the booth following his finish that I thought he deserved. So, man, I'm going to give it to him here today. And this is Jeffrey Earnhardt out there in that Sam Hunt, number 26. And Jeffrey coming home with a solid top 10 in 8th place. And, man, ran good all night long. Stayed right there with that lead pack and was able to bring it home with a solid top 10. And just a great, great day for him. And I've said this time and time again. Did an episode on this a while back. I was really hoping he would get in that 8 car for Junior Motorsports for 2024. Unfortunately, wasn't in the cars to make it happen. But, man, somebody get this guy in a good, solid ride for a full season, and let's see what he can do, because I think he deserves it. There's a lot of guys out there with a lot of money. Obviously, we know that's the game. Money's going to get you there. But there's a lot of guys out there with a lot of money who aren't getting it done the way Jeffrey is with this team. Let's make it happen. And I've said this in the past, as part of my episode, there's no bigger outdoorsman out there than Jeffrey Earnhardt. He's at least one of the top outdoorsmen in NASCAR. And what better fitting sponsor than Bass Pro Shops? I mean, come on. That's a match made in heaven. So, Johnny Morris, let's make this happen, man, because think of the merchandise. Think everything that would go along with this. I mean, this would be a great pairing. But anyways, great run for him. And, got to talk about Sam Hunt racing in general. I mean, top 10 run there. Last week at Daytona, Sage Carroll in the car, had a great run. I think they qualified 30th, but got up there and were racing hard. And on the restart with 11 to go, they were sitting 4th before they got caught up in the wreck. So they were on their way to a great finish in that race as well. And now they got Cory Heim getting into the car at Las Vegas this weekend. So it's going to be really cool. See if they can continue these runs. And, man, I just love seeing all these different new cars up in the front battling like this in all the series. It's so damn cool to see. But, again, somebody get Jeffrey Earnhardt some money, because I want to see that happen. He's in the car. 3 more races this year: Talladega, Daytona, and Bristol. And, man, I'm going to tell you, on the speedways, the guy can get it done. So could get a win. Could very likely get a win. But, man, we'll see what happens. But now we got to talk about the guy who did bring it home, Austin Hill. I mean, come on, what kind of a season. You can't get off to a better start in this, coming off 2 wins back-to-back. Hell of a driver. I cannot wait to see what he's going to do in the Cup Series when he finally gets there. Was deserving of a ride this year in the Cup Series. But, man, great idea, obviously, to keep him in that car for 1 more year, starting out with a bang. So, let's see if he can make it 3 in a row. But got to talk about his partner in crime over there at RCR, Jesse Love. Man, what a heartbreak. What a heartbreak for that young man. Out there leading so many laps, in position for the win, and then run out of gas, you know. But this guy is going to get a lot of wins in his future. I see wins come. I think multiple wins coming in this season alone. And look at him in ARCA. I mean, come on. This guy's stats, he's continuing to build them. So I don't think it'll be long, and we'll be seeing that guy in Cup. But let's keep him there in Xfinity for a little bit and get him more adjusted before we do that. But anyways, great run for him. And Shane Van Gisbergen, Bergen. I think I got it right. But, man, third place finish. Excited to see what this guy's going to do. He's adapting really well to these cars. That's one of the curiosities I had going into the season was how well he was going to adapt to the speedways, to the short tracks. And right now, guys out there, he's performing, and I love it. I love to see this happen because obviously we're going to be seeing him in the Cup Series here soon. So excited about this. And again, just excited to see so many new names and new teams up there competing for the wins because that makes racing even better. And let's talk about this Cup race because obviously that front row motorsports team up there having a great run. Todd Gilliland out there leading like crazy. And we got Michael McDowell out there leading like crazy, coming back through the pack. These guys had solid runs. I love this. Justin Haley. Come on, Rick Ware Racing. That team is turning around right now. Everybody questioned why Justin kind of went with Rick Ware Racing, but man, I'm loving to see this performance changing. I mean, it was just last year I was talking about Rick Ware Racing could possibly lose their charter if they didn't finish high enough up in the points. So, man, they were like, let's put a spark under our ass and make it happen. And they're doing it. And I think this is great it's great for the series. It's great for race fans. It's great for everybody involved to see this happen. And I hope it continues throughout the year. And I hope some of these guys are able to get some wins and shake everything up because that's what I want to see. But, man, Joey Logano, man, good luck with him right now. But Joey's strong, and I think he's going to rebound. I see Joey being really, really competitive down to the wire this year. So many cars. Ross Chastain's being, man, these guys are working hard. And obviously, Daniel Suarez. I mean, that finish right there, so cool to see that. And that's the way I want to see finishes all the time. And that provides great racing. And that brings me to this topic right here. And I know a lot of people are probably not going to like to hear this out of me. And it's something I normally wouldn't say. But I'm going to tell you, the way that racing was yesterday and with the cars that we have out there racing right now, oh, yes, I would like to see Charlotte and Texas be reconfigured to be more like Atlanta Speedway because, honestly, a lot of times at those tracks, not really the most competitive racing. They changed it over to the Roval to try to add to the mix and have some fun with it. And, obviously people like that. There's so many road course fans in NASCAR right now. But, man, I would love to see these changes because that racetrack this weekend was awesome for all the series out there. Didn't matter what car was out there or truck. Great racing. So, be interested to see if something like this does happen in the future. Obviously, I talked about this in my last episode. Atlanta, which used to be oval, was reconfigured to be more standardized with the way Charlotte and Texas was. So maybe Atlanta's the big brother now, and everybody else needs to step up to the plate and make it happen like Atlanta's done. But anyways, what are your comments on that? What do you think about that? Something you'd like to see, or you like keeping nostalgia, keep things the way they are? Because, I mean, honestly, with me, if the cars had changed so much, I would be against it. But I think with the adaptation on these new cars, it's probably the route to go. But, and man, we got to talk about Kyle Busch. What kind of deal is that? You sell your team, you get back out there, basically in your team, and go right out there and continue just like you did before. I mean, man, congrats to him. And what about that applause? I mean, the crowd cheering Kyle Busch. I think this is great. We're seeing a totally different side of him. I actually just watched the episode with him and Harvick last night, and I'm going to tell you, if you haven't seen it, it's great to see. And I'm loving this new side of Kyle. It's fun to see, and I hope it continues. And obviously, I think it's going to because he's having a great year already right now. And sure, it's not going to be long. We're going to be seeing him in victory lane. Going to Vegas this weekend, his hometown, so wouldn't be surprised to see it happen there. But anyways, man, I want your opinions on all this. What do you think about everything? Do you think Jeffrey Earnhardt deserves a good ride out there? Because, damn it, I do. I want to see some money go towards him. Do you think Jesse Love is going to get a win here really soon? Because I see it happening. Austin Hill, is he going to get 3 in a row? Who knows? But, man, so many great things here to talk about. And the biggest topic I want to talk about, too, and I want your comments on, what do you think about reconfiguring Charlotte and Texas to be more like Atlanta? But anyways, if you like what I'm doing here, please hit that subscribe button. As I say all the time, got a lot of fun things to do this year, a lot of things to talk about. I try to do something different other than talk about what everybody else is talking about. So I hope you enjoy that. And if you do, let me know it, because it makes me feel good. So, but anyways, once again, hit that subscribe button, get this episode a like, hit that notification button so you know when stuff is happening. And man, hope everybody out there is off to a great week. More episodes coming this week. And as always, we'll see you at the checkered flag.